Hi, my name is Yona. I'm the after school leader at Field Teen Center, and I am so excited to tell you about the 2021 novel, The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharpe, in which the main characters are instantly caught up in an ongoing bank robbery and have to think their way out of the situation. I read it as an ebook on the Libby app and just tore through the entire thing in about a day because I couldn't put it down. From the official summary of the book, Nora O'Malley has been a lot of girls. As the daughter of a con artist who targets criminal men, she grew up as her mother's protege. But when her mom fell for the mark instead of conning him, Nora pulled the ultimate con, escape. For 5 years, Nora's been playing it normal, but she needs to dust off the skills she ditched because she has 3 problems. 1, her ex walked in on her with her girlfriend. Even though they're all friends, Wes didn't know about her and Iris. Number 2, the morning after Wes finds them kissing, they all have to meet to deposit the fundraiser money they raised at the bank. It's a nightmare that goes from awkward to deadly because 3, right after they enter the bank, 2 guys start robbing it. The bank robbers may be trouble, but Nora's something else entirely. They have no idea who they're really holding hostage. The story cuts back and forth between Nora's past, running cons with her mom, and the present, trying to stay a step ahead of these bank robbers. And there is not a single slow moment in sight because it's all very stressful, but very interesting because there are very few people who see the world the way that Nora O'Malley does. From the very beginning, she's assessing the room and the people around her and noticing things about everyday objects that most of us wouldn't even consider. And the beginning of each chapter starts with her inventory list, her list of resources that she's collected or identified, and also the status of her plan. This story does come with a big fat trigger warning for abuse, neglect, sexual assault, and stabbing. There are at least 4 major characters who deal with some kind of abuse situation, which comes to light as we learn about each of their backstories. And it goes into quite a bit of detail, so if that's something that's triggering for you, this might be a book that's better to skip for now because it's pretty heavy stuff. I do think it's worth reading because we get to see how these characters show up for each other and how they manage to find strength despite the terrible things that have happened to them and move forward and kick butt. I also felt like the characters responded really realistically to the traumatic things that happened to them. They felt like fully fleshed out real people to me the entire time, and I was so invested in finding out what would happen to them and what they would do because they're smart and resourceful, and Nora can be pretty funny at times. So I really enjoyed hearing her tell this story. Tess Sharpe has also done a ton of research, and it shows. The cons that her mom pulls are tricky and very sneaky, and you can really see how the things that her mom forced her to do made her into exactly the kind of person who could mess with these bank robbers. The story also centers queerness and queer characters. From the very get-go, we know that Nora is bisexual, and not only do the characters around her accept that very casually, but also the relationship she has with Iris isn't just background decoration. Iris plays a big role in the story and gets to do some pretty cool things herself. It does, of course, strain the relationship as they all begin to learn that Nora has been lying about who she is the entire time they've known her. But that's something they can deal with when they're not being held up at gunpoint. As if you needed another reason to go pick up The Girls I've Been immediately, there's also a Netflix deal for a film version of it starring Millie Bobby Brown, which I think is going to be great, but I wouldn't wait for that to come out because as of this recording, there's no release date yet. But I, for one, am certainly looking forward to comparing the two, though I doubt that any adaptation of this story could be as good as the book. There's no story quite like this one that I've encountered, but if you're excited about the queer romance and the twisty, suspenseful, sometimes violent shenanigans that these characters get up to, you might check out She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd, which is another thriller that centers a relationship between 2 girls. You might also enjoy Tonight We Rule the World by Zach Smedley, which centers a neurodivergent boy who's been sexually assaulted and all of the stuff that happens as a result and as he tries to hide this from other people. If you're looking for more book recommendations, or if you want to tell us what you thought about The Girls I've Been, definitely get in touch with us. You can DM us on Instagram, you can email us, or of course you can visit us in person at Parkway Central Library Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, these hours could change in the future, so for the most up-to-date information about our hours, keep in touch with us on social media or check our website. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you get to read a great book today.